now it's going to be done in 2024, today, right before your very eyes. Now watch the far end of the turntable that I'm at over here. It'll drop down about 2 to 3 inches, and that means it'll be ready to start spinning 180 degrees. Now this locomotive that pulls your train today, this is the Southern Railway 5000, built in 1972 by the Electromotive Division of General Motors as the high hood GP38-2 for the Southern. Now what does that mean? GP stands for general purpose. That meant this locomotive could produce, I believe it did about 2,000 horsepower, I believe, maybe 2,500 horsepower. But it was also able to do just about everything the Southern Railway wanted out of it. It could pull a freight train or go switching in a rail yard. In 1982, the Southern Railway would merge with the Norfolk and Western to create Norfolk Southern. They would continue to operate the 5000 till about 8 or 9 years ago, I think. Around that time, they turned around and decided this locomotive was no longer needed on their operations, so they turned around and sold it at auction. We acquired it in that auction about 2016, 2017, had the locomotive completely repainted. Now the 5000 is known as what is called a class leader. It is the very first of this model of locomotive that this railroad purchased. We actually have 2 other class leaders in our collection. Number 4501, which we'll talk a little bit later on. It was the very first of its type purchased by the Southern Railway. And then we've also got Southern number 3170, which is located on display back at Grand Junction. That is an SD40 diesel electric locomotive. 5000 is also a diesel electric locomotive. Before I go into that, look up at the cab. That's our engineer, Andrew. Make sure you wave to him. Otherwise, he won't take us home today. Yeah, look at her, Andrew. Now, diesel electric, what does that mean? Right behind the cab where the engineer Andrew is a 16-cylinder diesel engine. And that is turning an electric generator. And that is what is powering our locomotive today. Not just the engine itself, but also the air compressor for our brakes. All right, folks, our locomotive is lined up onto track 2. And here's how this is going to work. Look down that way, that's our passenger train sitting on track 1. The locomotive's rolling off onto track 2. We're not going to push you back, we're going to pull you back. What's going to happen is Conductor Travis is going to hop on the engine. They're going to go down to the end of track 2, throw a switch to allow it to traverse from track 2 to 1 to reverse into our train to couple up and pull us back to Grand Junction. Ladies and gentlemen, after today, you have now seen a fully operational turntable. How about that?
Nice.
I love you, lady. Now, friends, before we go anywhere, we're going to take our tour one more spot to the back shop. We'll be going across the tracks up here. Before we go over there, please stay on the pavement. Don't climb on anything. Or if you'd rather head back to the train, you're more than welcome to at this time. Back shop tour, right this way. And if you're heading back to the train, go visit the depot. Go see Miss Tanya in there, get you something to eat.